ऐसा करो। Very good afternoon to all of you. From every consideration, it's a memorable moment for me, and I'm sure for all of you. A moment to be cherished all our lives. Honorable First Lady of the state, Srimati Rita Sharid Haran, my greetings to you, ma'am. The spinal strength behind the Honorable Governor. But for her, the creativity would not have blossomed. The credit goes to her. Me and my wife are lucky to have interacted with the First Lady on several occasions. She is a picture of sublimity, grace, elegance, and inspires and motivates by authentic work. Honorable Governor of Goa, Sri P.S. Sridhan Pillai, I share with him fraternal feelings. We both happen to be lawyers. Neither he is a lawyer today, nor am I. And that is very good for our spouses. The Advocate General present here knows law is a jealous mistress. By taking oath of the Governor or of the Vice President, the jealous mistress departs. Good for the spouse. Dr. Pramod Sawant, young, energetic, ever cheerful. I inquired, you are doctorate in what? He said, Ayurveda. That explains blossoming face of the Chief Minister and the state. Sri P.T. Usha ji, a distinguished member of Rajya Sabha, an icon at a global level, wearing several caps, giving respect to the chair she adorns, sets very high standards. Presently Indian Olympic Association, a nominated member of Rajya Sabha. But I recall September 2023-21, September 21, this year, a historic event took place, an epochal development took place. Indian Parliament passed Women Reservation Bill. For 3 decades, attempt was made several times. It could not succeed for one reason or the other. This time, on account of vision, commitment, dedication, and consensual approach, all came together. The bill was passed. Imagine the scene in Rajya Sabha, the upper house, the House of Elders. In the chair was P.T. Usha when the bill was passed. It was a glorified moment. I received so many accolades from all over the world that you did a remarkable thing. From every consideration, she epitomizes the best of human resource. I call upon her husband to take note of it. He is in the audience. Dr. Pramod Sawant and the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, I have met them at a gap of about fortnight. Both are in the same age group. Both are chief minister of states. They are gifted by nature in bountiful measure. All we can take pride in. But both have one thing also in common. They are the only two chief ministers who have to contend with more than half a dozen former chief ministers. I recognize the presence of Shri Digambar Kamath, a chief minister of this state from 2007 to 12. Luigino Florio, he spent time in Rajya Sabha for some time. His presence was impactful. I can never forget the interaction I had with him. His passion so deep-rooted in his geographical area that he wants to create something very big. But I have a grievance against him. He parted company with us too soon. But what is more important, he parted company in a mysterious way, which the Honorable Governor can make subject of his next book. Friends, Churchill, Alimau, I'm meeting him for the first time, but heard his name for a long time. For one good reason, Churchill. He is literally and figuratively a heavyweight. We have distinguished members of the Assembly, Nilesh Abral, this, friends, is such a representative audience that I am greatly touched. As a matter of fact, I see reflection of the preamble of Indian Constitution. We have distinguished priests, our revered priests, from the temple and the church. We have people from law, former Advocate General, and we have Chief of Tarun Bharat, Kiran Thakurji. We have a Rotarian here. I am still one time Rotarian. We have interacted before. When I see such a representative gathering, bureaucrats around men in uniform, मुझे लगता है कि राज्यपाल जादूगर है, वरना यह संभव नहीं है. I have been a governor myself for 3 years and governor of the state of West Bengal. I know it's nearly impossible to have such a representative gathering for any function. A tough task, even on 26th January and 15th of August. Congratulations to the Honorable Governor. It has been said about the book that he believes in creativity. Creativity does come. To sustain creativity is a very difficult art, very difficult science. Even in a river, if you stand at a particular place, men in uniform will tell me kadam tal karna padta hai, warna the sand under your feet will go and you will fall down. That he has managed to do it for so long. Credit to him. जब इन्होंने सेंचुरी मारी, क्रिकेट का जमाना है, वी हैव अ स्पोर्ट्स लेडी हियर, तो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री ने इनकी किताब का विमोचन किया. And what was the theme? Dark days of emergency. Coincidence? Prime Minister doing it, and its book, and dark days of emergency. I have no doubt India has grown to a level that we shall never be visited by such dark days again. No power on earth can deprive our population of fundamental rights, human rights, but that certainly was the darkest period of our history. We have to move ahead and learn our lessons. 200th book on a subject on which there have been reflections in detail. I would not bother the audience about it. But it reminds us that our civilizational ethos, our civilizational values, our civilization wisdom of more than 5,000 years makes us realize we can't look for wisdom elsewhere. It is there in our Vedas, in our Upanishads. And that is the point in the book the Honorable Governor has reaffirmed. Otherwise, perceptionally we carry an image that this is emanating either from Japan or China. He has laid bare the historical proof. Congratulations to him for doing so. आप सबके सामने ये कह सकता हूँ कि मेरी भी तमन्ना है कि जब आपकी 300वीं किताब जब आए, 300 book, I would love to be sitting in the audience. और ये संभव है क्योंकि लोग कहते हैं आजकल सब कुछ मुमकिन है। जब सब कुछ मुमकिन है तो आप भी इसको मुमकिन करेंगे। The role of a governor is very important. Let me tell you, friends, there are only 2 constitutional functionaries that take a different oath. Everyone else, right from the Prime Minister to the Vice President, to the Ministers, to the Chief Ministers, they take oath. We will abide by the Constitution. We will follow the Constitution. But the President and the Governor take oath. We will protect, preserve, and defend the Constitution. The only 2 functionaries, their job is to ensure everyone falls in line because they have to defend, preserve, protect Constitution and also to serve the people. Our worthy governor has made another history of sorts. He has visited every constituency. In the process, sir, you have challenged other governors. Not an easy task. When I met him last time, I was surprised. He was so passionate in a missionary zeal, narrating every visit. I didn't tell him there is a constraint of time. I readjusted my next appointment. I was spellbound as I come from a village and what he reflected. I am sure the governor has made a difference to this Rajbhavan. And mind you, friends, I am not reflecting on predecessors. We never do that, sir. Am I right? Mr. Freire, we never do reflect on predecessors. But Goa is such a beautiful place. The moment you land in this land, and when you travel, move around, I have been here for the last 40 years. every visit was very special, remarkable. The kind of people that are here, the kind of harmony that is here. The nature has gifted this place as no other place in the country. And such a governor being here, I am sure he will add value to the culture of this place. He will ensure that this place makes a different mark every year, and it shall. Friends, this book could not have come at a better time. When people are trying to find solace and peace amidst their hectic lifestyle, Bonsai Gardens provides a tranquil space where we feel connected with nature. But I can tell the governor he has a great challenger. And the challenger is Governor of Uttarakhand, General Gurmeet. He has created a garden of bonsai. Remarkable. And the number is more than 600. You will have to work very hard, sir, to reach that number. But I have every hope, optimism and confidence that the general will be given a tough time by one-time lawyer, the governor, state of Goa. These miniature landscapes, you keep on looking at them. They absorb you. You can't divert attention. They are so inviting. I had the feel, I told you, when I went to Uttarakhand, are a reflection of the beauty of nature and the artistry of human intervention in perfect harmony. It is one human intervention in flora and fauna ecology which is soothing. Otherwise, we remind mankind that reckless exploitation of nature and resources and forests is not good for the planet. We are trustees of it. I can make a call from this place, the land of Goa. The time has come when each of us should take a pledge that the planet is not only for human beings. The planet is for living beings. Everyone has a right to be on the planet. And secondly, which is more important, we are trustees. We cannot take a stand that I will use water, petroleum, energy, gas because I can afford. My fiscal power has nothing to do with utilization of natural resources. There has to be a balance. You have to have optimal utilization of natural resources. And that if we do that, then the pristine glory, the sublimity of places like Goa will be preserved. We have seen big change taking place in the country, particularly on our beaches, when the Prime Minister's call of Swachh Bharat gained momentum. We know hygienic conditions, clean environment, and curbing pollutants and pollution gives soothing spectacle to human beings and takes care of our ecosystem. Friends, much has been said about the book, but I can say the prime intention of this manuscript is to firmly establish the fact that bonsai is originally an Indian art, as against the widely held belief that it belongs to China and Japan. We live under perceptions. In the process, we forget our roots and history and our culture. If we look into the health aspects, you will find one of our Vedas has focused so much on health that in modern medical science can be enlightened. That is what we have to do. By and large, the perception is Japan and China, no, ours. Kudos to the governor for dispelling this misinformation. Governor, the author, provides evidence from ancient Sanskrit texts to establish this claim and provides convincing answers as to why our ancestors reduced trees to potted size. Reading the book will be an enlightenment for all and an inspiration also to engage into this particular form of art or science, or taken together both. The book elucidates how the author developed interest in this art and how he created a bonsai garden in Rajbhavan itself to better appreciate the art. I am told now the number is 150, Honorable Governor. Number is 150 at Rajbhavan bonsai. It should go to half a century. And certainly there is no justification for number to be 150 when the book number is 200. It should be at least twice the book. While all of us love looking at bonsai plants, we are ignorant how they are tended, how they are created. Not many are familiar with the art of Vaman, Vraksha or bonsai, and even fewer attempts to practice this art. There are very few books on this subject that comprehensively deal with its Indian origin or attempt to popularize this fascinating art. It has been said, an empty mind is a devil's workshop. We have to see that our mind gets engaged. Now, getting our mind engaged by looking at the television or the mobile phone is one option, which medical science does not appreciate. But getting involved in such kind of activity, the mind will be surcharged, recharged, and will be in a more creative, productive way. Friends, it's a pleasure to be here. A moment for me to release this book, and more importantly, to hand over the book to whom? An awardee, a person from the same line, who has enlightened the world about his creative works. Very thoughtful of the Honorable Governor to devise the program in this manner. Once again, I thank the Honorable Governor for affording me this great valuable opportunity, and I carry from this place a great message that the audience is so representative. Every segment of society at a higher level is represented here. And this means Vasudev Kutumbakam. If the world carried a message from this land, in G20, it was one earth, one family, one future. Inclusiveness, unity in diversity, harmony, they are the essence of our civilization. We must learn to respect the other point of view. We have a situation where some people are not prepared to listen to the other point of view. My experience shows more often than not, the other point of view is the correct point of view. We live in a society, democratic society. The essence of democratic society is we must have dialogue, discussion, deliberation, and debate. It is not necessary that when we lend yes to someone, we agree to what he or she says. But we don't justify our human existence if we say we will not listen to you. I face a problem in Rajya Sabha, and when the Honorable Speaker greeted me at the airport, I told the Honorable Speaker that you understand my pain. We are living in times when rational minds, representatives of the people, have weaponized disruption and disturbance as a political strategy. We are the largest democracy on the planet. We are home to 1/6 of humanity. We have to set example to others. Right now, India is in Amrit Kal. India's Amrit Kal is Gaurav Kal. Gaurav Kal because right from space to sky to land to sea, we have phenomenal growth. Chandrayaan 3 reflects the might of this country, the might of our scientists. When Chandrayaan 3 landed on the south pole of moon, the first country to do it. We had Tiranga and Shiv Shakti point there. That is space. Our ISRO is doing us great honor by putting satellites of those countries that are very developed. They are using ISRO to put their satellites in the space. When we come to sky, look at where we have come. We have our helicopters made in this country, aircraft Tejas made in this country. That is our achievement. When we come on the ground, look at the change that has taken place. New Parliament building, then Bharat Mandapam, one of the 10 top convention centers in the world, and a much bigger center, Yashobhumi, where we had P20. I'm talking of things that happened recently. The kind of legislation we passed during a special session, women reservation, vertical and horizontal, 1/3 in Lok Sabha and assemblies. When we come to the sea, in September 2022, the Prime Minister had the great occasion to have a new Vikrant put in the sea. Our might and our power was reflected. Indigenous creation. 7 important frigates were launched. One by the Honorable President, second by the spouse of the Vice President, and 5 by other dignitaries. All I am telling you is that look to any part of human growth, technological growth. This country is rising as never before. In such kind of a scenario, we want our human resource to be creative culturally. We want our human resource not to be mechanical. And in that context, I say, such kind of involvement with bonsai, or writing a book, or people getting together for such a cause, indicates India's rise and growth shall ever be on incremental trajectory. I am grateful, ladies and gentlemen, for affording me this great opportunity, and I wish you well, good health, be ever blessed by the Almighty. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your inspiring words, sir. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.